Hey, how you doing? Just wanted to give you a little video here. If you can, like and subscribe, I appreciate that. I'm going to do a 3-hole oil change, but I'm really not going to show it to you because there's tons of videos out there of how to do it. But I am going to show you some little tricks and tips that I've learned and a couple different tools that I've found for removing the oil drain plugs, primary drain plugs, even on your car, the oil drain plug. There's a tool out here, this tool here. It's a Drain Plug Pro, and I'll put the Amazon information for you on it. It's really a great little tool. You loosen the drain plug, any of them, on the car, primary, wherever, and then this is magnetic right here. It connects to the bolt, and after you've tightened it, you just turn this, and this will drop right out, so you don't have to put your hand underneath there. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I wanted to just share that with everybody. The other tool that I'm trying now is, this is Greg's oil filter funnel. Now, I'm not getting endorsed or paid, or these were not sent to me for free or anything like that. I just saw these things on the internet and I thought it was pretty cool. I thought I'd try it. And what Greg's oil filter funnel comes with is the same kind of like trough thing that Harley sells that you put underneath your oil filter. It comes with a plastic tube that you can put on the end here to, if you can make it, can't make it to your drain pipe. And the last thing, which I thought maybe this is a little unique, is you get a nail. Now what you do with this nail is you actually take it and you hammer it into the oil filter, on the top of the oil filter. And you make a hole in the top, then you rotate the oil filter after you've put this underneath the oil filter itself. And then you rotate that and put another hole in, and that allows air then to come through. And most of your oil then drains right down through this out onto your oil pan, which I thought that was pretty slick. So we're going to just kind of see if this thing actually works. If you're used to doing a regular old oil change, maybe without one of these things, or you try something else underneath there, I know I've had a mess because there's a lot of oil that's in the oil filter. And I think actually Greg's best accomplishment is maybe this little nail here that you pop the hole in it, because this would probably work with Harley's drain, the drain thing that they sell also. But I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Got me to pay for it. And they're not very expensive. I'll put a link in the bottom down there to show you that also. So anyway, that's it. Really, it's just to show you a couple cool tools. Video's not going to be very long because I don't want to make it there very long, but it's just going to show you how this thing helps, and we'll see if this thing actually works. So I'm kind of excited to try it, and let's get going. By the way, this is the kit that I bought. It's 17369-06, and it comes with it's a Harley part, and it comes with the derby gasket. Turn this around here. You can see that derby gasket and the little washers there. So that's the kit you need to do this oil change. Alright, first thing we'll do, y'all know how to do a 3-hole oil change. But what I wanted to show you was this little tool that I found out about. I'm going to loosen the oil screw here. I'm going to put my pan underneath it, and this tool, it clamps on the bolt, and then you spin it like this. You can see it's taking it out. And there we go. And it holds on to the bolt. We're starting to drain. Now I'm going to go open up the dipstick over there, and that'll let air in the system and more oil will come out. But it's really kind of a nice tool because you don't really get your hands all dirty, and it pulls it out. And we're going to do all 3 holes today. The next step obviously is to get the oil filter off, and I am going to pack a rag down underneath here. But now we're going to take this piece, and this goes underneath the oil filter all the way to the back there. I have to turn it a little bit, and I've got this plastic hose here that I'm going to attach to there. And then this goes down to my drain pan, which is underneath it. And the next thing we have to do is we're going to take a nail and pop a hole in the filter. Alright, so I popped a hole in the filter there. We're going to turn the filter halfway around. Now the oil is going to come out of that. And then the next thing we got to do, put another hole in it. And then it'll act like an air hole. And now we'll just let it drain. And I guess the secret to this is once you do that, then the oil will be out of the filter, and then when we unscrew the filter, we should have very minimal amount of oil that's going to come out of the oil filter and go onto my rag. And I'm hoping my rag is going to look nice and clean. What we're going to do is back the filter off, and then we'll pull out the orange piece all together at once. Now let's get the... It's a K&N filter, by the way. It's got that nice socket end on it for you. Pull that into the tube and bring this guy out. Actually, it looks like it did a pretty good job. Now to put the new filter on, you know, you put oil around the rubber there, so we'll get some oil here from the oil pan, and just like that, and get it in here and screw it on. Pull my rag out now. We're snugging it by hand. Now it's tight, and we'll give it like just a half a turn, and that should do it. And that's it for changing the oil filter. And it worked pretty good because there's no oil or anything that's dripping out down. It all went onto the rag. As you can see, that's not a lot of oil. If you can see that. It's very little oil. So I think that thing worked pretty good. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is remove the transmission bolt, and that's right underneath here. And it again is a 5/8. We'll loosen that guy. That's probably loose enough. Alright, let's put the tool on here. There we go. Let's see if we can get this thing to turn. It's not as turning as easy, unfortunately. I think it's getting bound up by the frame. So, unfortunately, this guy's going to be a little messy. So we'll unscrew it here and try and get our hand out of the way. There we go. Alright, now we're going to drain the clutch derby, or the primary oil. There's a bolt right underneath here. Loosen up. Now slide the underneath there, and then I'm going to take my handy dandy tool and start unscrewing it. Alright, I'll hold the brake here, but again, no fuss, no muss. And the other thing you want to remember when you're draining the primary here is make sure you loosen, or can loosen, the little bolts, the Torx bolts. I think they're a Torx 27, because if you drain this and you can't loosen those bolts, you're in trouble. So make sure you at least have gone through and loosened all those bolts, and so that you know that you're able to get the derby cover off. All right, now these are the bolts I was talking about on the derby cover. There's like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Okay, just a little summary. So what we learned today? Well, we learned that Greg's oil filter funnel worked pretty good. And like I say, I think maybe the Harley one will do the same. Greg's biggest invention is a nail. Popping it in, I think that's a great idea. That worked really well, and there was not a lot of oil that was on the rag that I put underneath it. Also, we found out that this really cool too, the cool tool, the Drain Plug Pro, will only work on 2 of the 3 plugs that we need to take out on the Harley. It'll work on the primary plug and the oil plug, but the transmission one, because it's up inside that frame, it didn't work. So hopefully maybe that's just all you got out of this, a couple easy little tools that you can use to do it. And like I say, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.